So I don't like the blueness. I'll have to fix that. So who's all here? How to save. So wait. Guess I'll wait. Guess nobody's gonna show up. Guess nobody's gonna show up. Let's go. Hey, Marty. I gotta figure out how to fix this darn camera. It sucks. It's all blue. Not too much. 9 o'clock. I guess it's a little after 9 o'clock now. 5 minutes after. Waiting to see if anybody else shows up, but maybe 9 o'clock on a Thursday night isn't the best time. I don't know. Do I sound good? My voice, am I loud enough? Oh, I forgot about. Well, my son, he was asking me to watch that. Said he wanted to stay up till 9:30 to be able to watch the draft. I said okay, but I'm not sure what's going on with all that. How was your day, Marty? Mine was all right. Kids are getting rich. Yeah, that'd be nice. I went to the doctor today. I had to take off. Oh, there's Dave. That is happening at the draft. Oh, the fingers. There we go. Now we're getting some people. I was getting worried there for a minute. The normal people. I guess I can always count on y'all. I don't know if my dad will come or not. That's kind of past his bedtime. So, anyway, so I took off today. I had a doctor's appointment, and I was starting a little project for my daughter. She wanted some stuff done to her room for her birthday, and so I told her I'd put some LED lights up in there, which I posted a video on that. So while I was doing all that, I heard something outside, like a big old truck pull up. So I opened the garage, and it was a UPS truck. I was like, I'm not expecting anything until tomorrow. So it was definitely what I'm about to show y'all. So I'm pretty pleased. Most of y'all already know what it is. The fingers probably doesn't, but so it came a day early. Electric Dreams definitely came through. So we'll see. Let's check this out. So first thing is I'm going to use this knife right here. It doesn't ever get. Man, I'm going to have to play with this camera. It doesn't ever get used. It sits on a shelf. My wife got this for me for Father's Day a few years ago. And so I'm going to use it to, I'm going to have to lock that autofocus, which I don't know how to do it while I'm live. Is there a way you can do that, Marty? But so I'm going to use this nice Kershaw knife that never gets used. So, and then it's going to be a chore doing this in this itty bitty closet. So let's kind of get this out of the way here. Definitely a chore. So here's the first box. And it's I'm not sure which one this is. There's 3 boxes, so. And no, I haven't opened it. I've been waiting all day. Dave told me to do this live, so I could share it. Share it with y'all. This right here. Trying to get that. There we go. So I can share it with y'all. Anyway, let's dig deep in here and see what this one is. girlfriend and I were watching Marty's Tuesday stream again. Yeah, I go through usually a couple times a week and watch everybody's stuff once or twice. Oh, the suction. All right. So there's the first one. There's the first one. So I decided to go analog because I don't think I own a digital car. Maybe one. I can't remember if the Crossbow is digital or not. But if I own one, I think I only own one. So I decided to go analog. So here is the first one. So let's do this one. And then there's the other one. So I'm pretty excited about this. Pretty excited. And I got with Billy and sent him basically the parts list of these two kits and the other stuff. And he sent me a couple I think 3 layouts. So I'm going to lay those out. Saturday, I'm going to go to Lowe's and buy the wood to make my table. So let me move these boxes in so that I can sit these down and get into the other box. It's the bigger of the 3. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get it out of the floor, just to be honest. Bad part about being in the closet. Oh. So here's the other one. So the story about all this is I went to my wife and I said, the guys talked to me and think that it'd be better if I went plastic track first. So that way I don't get burnt out or build something that I'm stuck with. And then I was like, I'm willing to make a deal with you. A deal. And she's like, oh, great. So I was like, so I go to school 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And usually I leave work to go to school and then I come back. So I'll leave work and I'll run somewhere to get breakfast real quick. And then when I leave school, it's already past lunch. So sometimes, not all the time, I'll get lunch. And then at work, we have vending machines, food and drinks. So, I'll spend money on that every now and then too. Well, it adds up. So basically what I told her is I won't eat out, and I won't get anything out of the vending machines. So I was like, just get me stuff for lunch. I'll take my own lunch and give me some bottles, because we're not allowed to have cans at work because I work with aluminum. So we're not allowed to have aluminum cans and stuff at work because it can contaminate our aluminum. But anyway, so buy me bottles of Diet Dr. Pepper and buy me lunch, and get me stuff for lunch. I was like, bologna and cheese sandwiches or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't care. Just food that I can take. And she was like, okay. So she asked how much. And at first she was like, well, but I was like, well, remember what Jim Cunningham quoted me for, the big digital track like his and blah, blah. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, this is only going to be this much. And she's like, oh, okay. So here it is. So I got these pieces here. Get those in the camera. I didn't really have a specific rhyme or reason. I just, from what the layouts that I see, most of the layouts have those in there. So I went ahead and got it. And I really wanted to try this out, just because I think it looks cool. I think, Marty, didn't you have one of these on your track and you didn't quite like it? But I want to try it. So I did. So I got the high bank. And that was the 330. And this is the 230 turns. Oh, so you do love it. No, we love it. Okay. So here's the 230. I got one of those and then that high bank. And then I got a thing of straights. So, and that is, got a little tower going on there. I just hit my mic. So I was going to go live in the garage with all this, but for whatever reason, it says that I'm not eligible to go live on mobile yet. But it just says I have to have 50 subscribers. But I have 54. So I'm not quite sure the whole deal with why I couldn't go live on mobile. And so that's why I'm doing it in the closet. Because this is if I could get the laptop to work right with my camera. Well, not really necessarily my camera, but it doesn't like OBS. So anyway. So that's all the stuff that I got. And hopefully this weekend, let me turn this. Hopefully this weekend I can get it set up. I don't know how long it's going to take me to build that table, but knowing me, I'll have it done. I'll buy it Saturday and be done Saturday. See what changes on it making sense. Oh, okay. Lori wants to know how deep in the hole that box is. Well, you guys want to see how big this closet is? So that's the closet door. That goes out to the bathroom. So it's not very big, and these boxes are about as big as the closet is. When it's only shoes and clothes in here, it's huge. But then when you stick an L-shaped desk in here and computer, a full computer. It's a mini. It's hard to see it. It's a mini ITX computer that I custom built. So, how come boxes are not bottomless? Yeah, I wish I could just keep pulling and pulling, but my wallet's not bottomless either. So, but anyway, so I'm stuck in this little closet, which is better than being in the bedroom because, oh my gosh, you smiled. I guess I don't smile. I don't know. Am my facial expressions monotone? Because sometimes when I'm video and I feel um, like I'm monotone. I try not to be. Raul says he likes how I sound, so who knows? But which I'm glad that somebody likes it. Going to be great to see your track come to life. Yes, and so I've got some more things coming. Um, I'll give you all a little bit of a hint. Marty, on Tuesday you talked to Kevin, so I also went and talked to Kevin. So I've got some stuff coming for content here soon. So that's gonna be awesome. He's a great guy, and be awesome to kind of work with all that. But I lost my train of thought. As my dad says, the train fell off the tracks. Yeah, okay, so all this used to be in the bedroom, and I still have a desk or a table in there in the bedroom with both my 3D printers on it, and I have another PC in there as well, which is actually sitting in the floor right this second, hooked to the TV. This little PC used to be hooked to the TV, and the big one was on the desk. So I was trying to get a lot of that stuff out of the bedroom so my wife could have her, bedroom back without having all my stuff in there, because I have an office upstairs. But since my son moved from Indiana to Arkansas to live with us, he took my office. So he has like the biggest room in the house. My office is, well, my office. His bedroom is huge. So like my track, I could have done probably that 7 foot by 20. Yeah, that 7 foot by 20 foot track in that bedroom up there, I'm pretty sure. Or in that office. But the HO track is up there in his room. So he kind of enjoys that. So the track's going to go in the garage. The same as where the routed track was going to go. Watch out for the rabbit hole stuff. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to get all this set up and laid out. I got that resin printer, and then the FDM printer as well. So hopefully I can start printing stuff. I want to try to get with somebody that can do designs, because I mean, yeah, I can go and get designs off of Thingiverse, and there's the miniatures on there, the people and the racer guys, for mounting in the cars. You can get those on Thingiverse and several other places, but I want my own, and this camera's gonna drive me nuts. I need to lock the zoom. Yes, Racetrack Scenics. Yes, Racetrack Scenics. Kevin is awesome. So, but I want to be able to have somebody design so that I can print and maybe sell. I don't have the time to sit down and design people. I mean, maybe once I finish school and get all that out of the way, maybe. But as of right now, I don't have the time to do that. Probably even the patience right now to sit down and try to do that. So I need to find somebody that'll design stuff for me, and then I can print these people and hook some of y'all up with it. Do your own thing. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It's been crazy. So Christmas, I had none of this. Before Christmas, I had no slot cars, no track, nothing. I had RC cars that I hadn't messed with in a long time. I mean, mainly it was just building computers and gaming. Honestly, like I'm a beta tester for a controller, and um, I haven't even been doing any content or videos or like write ups or anything on that, because of school and then getting into the slot car thing. But yeah, before Christmas, I had nothing. Then my dad come here with that HO track, and that's pretty much where it all started. So we got that. I got it set up in the garage. I went and got some nice metal um, uh, sawhorses to sit it on, and played with it for a little bit. And then he started sending me pictures of him scratch building. And he started sending me pictures of George's, or sending me links to George's videos and Harry's videos, and hook, line, and sinker. So, and so this whole time, no track for any of these cars. I started, scratch building my hot rod over here. Started scratch building this. And then the other one I've got that is nowhere near as far as this one is. And so that's where I started. And then I started buying cars every now and then on eBay. I'd buy one or two. Went to Memphis and went to that hobby shop there and bought, I bought 3 one day that I went, and then we turn around and come back. I don't remember how it was. So we went to Memphis, then to Nashville, and then on the way home we went back again, and I bought 3 more cars, and then I bought a bunch from Johnny Gunn. And he's trying to sell me HO cars right now. It's just like, after buying this, my wife told me that until this is paid off, I'm not buying anything right this second, and I'm good. Reminds me of a P-51 Flying Tiger. So here I am. Oh, P-50. I'm slow there. The fingers. Yes. The shark teeth is actually from a model kit of the P-51 Flying Tiger. I actually ordered it off of eBay, a decal sheet. They come with those and a bunch of other old decals from model bomber planes and stuff. I like that old style. I was trying to find the, you got like the pinup girl riding the bomb. I was trying to find something like that to put on there, but I couldn't really find anything that size to go on there. And then there was another one that's pretty popular, but I was trying to find those to put on there. And as far as my resin printing, I know most of y'all have. Sorry, my hands are dirty. They're always dirty, stained from work and stuff. This is that resin Subaru 22B that I did. But anyway, I'm getting talking and my mouth gets dry. So, but that is that's where I'm at. So within a few Yes, the fingers. It's resin. Resin printed. It's an Anycubic Photon, the original, the first one that they had. That's the one I got. So a guy had it on Facebook Marketplace, and I sent him a message asking if he was willing to trade, and he's like, "Yeah." And he asked, I told him about a few things. He's like, "No, not really." I was like, "Well, I've got old." Um, I told him I had an old Nintendo Switch Lite. He's like, "Oh, my daughter would love that." So we made a trade. So I got the resin printer, the curing station, the filters to filter your resin and whatnot, and um, some other stuff that he had sent. I got all that for a Nintendo Switch. So I thought I got a pretty good deal. It's been a learning curve, but it's a lot nicer. It's more detailed, obviously, but the only downside that's really to resin over FDM is, the filament is it's just messy. You pour the resin in there, and then if it fails, which I don't know, probably 10 failed prints, and it's just messy. You gotta dump out your resin container, and you put your filter in your resin bottle, and you dump all that in there, and then you got to scrape it out and try not to scratch the FET film, which is a clear film that the resin sits on top of, and you got to clean the build plate and all that. Man, I don't know how to fix this camera. At all. Sorry, fellas. Gotta go get the kids supper. Congrats on the track, Dick. Talk to you guys later. Yeah, later, Dave. Have fun. Enjoy your dinner. Probably talk to you later. Yeah, throw a 4-wheel drive chassis under it. That would be pretty cool. I've looked at some of that. I can't remember who. A couple places have kits or parts, for the other 4-wheel drive chassis. So I thought about trying to take that and making the 4-wheel drive system out of it. And then another thought that I had is one of the fly cars that I have. It's got the motor in the front, and then it has a drive shaft. So I want to do a custom chassis that has it like that. Is the resin brittle? So it depends on the resin. So there's different types of resin that you can use, and one resin might be brittle, one resin might be flexible. So what I'm using here is it's an eco resin. It's plant based, and since I'm doing it in the house, you can kind of see me flexing the chassis. It's flexible. I think it would take a hit pretty good. But yeah, so I'm using a plant based. Since I'm using it in the house, the smell is a lot less than just regular other resin printer resin. So some of it smells really bad. It's got like a fan in it, and it's enclosed. And I have charcoal filters, so I need to 3D print a little deal that I can put a charcoal filter in, and it'll help it filter even more. So, but the resin's actually pretty toxic. So in its liquid form, it's toxic. You have to wear rubber gloves and stuff like that. You don't want to get it on your skin. Some people will get chemical burns and stuff from it. I've got it on my skin by accident a few times. It doesn't bother me. But I know one guy that I was watching, he had touched it all the time, never had an issue forever. And then one day he got a chemical burn from it. So it's like his body couldn't tolerate it anymore. So, background. Yeah. And I bet you I'll probably break it. I hope not. Hopefully I've got some Lexan in the in the garage that I plan on cutting to make sides with. So hopefully they don't fly off the track. Doesn't mean they won't. Crazy stuff happens. So, but yeah. I don't know. Gloves, yes. Gloves, and you're not supposed to pour it down your drain. You can use IPA. I use like 95 or 96% alcohol to clean it up with. And then the curing station, it's got this container. You fill it with alcohol, and it's got like a strainer deal. And it's got like an impeller on it, and you can sit it on the base, and you turn it on, and it stirs up the IPA, and it rinses off the part to get off all the excess drippy resin and stuff on there. And then once that's done, it has a timer. Then you pull the container off, and you put the little plexiglass plate on it, and you turn on the timer, and you put this on there, shut the deal, and the UV lights come on, and it just sits here and spins the model and cures and hardens it. So after it's cured and hardened, then you can touch it and whatnot without gloves, paint it, and do whatever you want to with it. Yeah. So as long as it's cured, you can touch it. It is a lot of work. The one thing about the FDM stuff is it's not as detailed, but it's definitely not as messy. So if you're doing miniatures, people and stuff, I would do the resin. But buildings and maybe you wanted to do like a brick wall or a concrete barrier, an FDM, regular filament 3D printer would be perfect for that. So since I have both, I would I want to mess around with that. Well, I've got a bunch of stuff saved on Thingiverse just to print, for myself, and kind of just see where that goes. A lot of it is patience, and I don't have a lot of patience. The Wiley side, Dad's side, no patience. But I like to tinker, so there's the patience there. I don't know. You learn how to have some with that. Kind of like running a dark room for film. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Kind of like running interesting. But it's fun, but it gets annoying when you have felled print after felled print. And I was printing parts for to build a CNC machine. So the CNC machine, basically, you could make it as wide as you wanted. So if you wanted to do 5x8, so you have it's 5 foot wide, 8 foot long. So you use conduit 5 foot long or wide, and then 8 foot long. And this CNC machine, it sits there and it rolls back and forth. So you can do, MDF and whatnot. So the parts for that was 3D printed. So I started 3D printing those parts, and they looked amazing. But then I go and try to print something else later, and no luck. Couldn't get it to print. Couldn't get it to print at all. So it's just a matter of playing, and I don't mess with it every single day. I don't do any of that every day. I might mess with it for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then I don't touch it again for 4 months. So then I have to go back and it's like, okay, I did this, didn't do this. Did I take a picture of that so I could remember? No, I forgot. So it's a lot of trial and error playing. Yeah, we all learn from trial and error. That's for sure. And sometimes the trial and error is you do the same thing again because you forgot. You're like, I did that last time. Now I remember. And it didn't work. So, but anyway, I'm not totally sure what else. You guys have any questions about anything? You need to figure out the software out. Yeah, so with resin printing, it's got a different software than filament printing. And then there's usually 3 or 4 different softwares that you can use. Some come with the printer, or some works for like all of them. There's just all kinds of different things. So you have to find the one that you can figure out the best. So I'm just using the one that came with my Anycubic printer, and then for the filament printer, I'm using Cura, which is like I think everybody has probably heard of Cura. So I guess if you don't print or whatever, you probably haven't, but it's a pretty common one, and I know how to use it. There's other ones out there. There's better ones out there. Marty, I'm going to throw this freaking camera. See, I don't have patience. I don't have patience for that. When something's not working just right, it's giving me anxiety. I'm starting to sweat, which it is warm in here. I don't have the closet door open, so it is warm in here. I got the bathroom door shut going into the bedroom, and then I got the closet door shut. So my wife's in there watching Peaky Blinders, and then so I shut it so I don't hear anything. And I think it's after 9. Yeah, it's after. Well, obviously it started at 9, but kids are supposed to be in bed, so shouldn't hear any of that. It's the lighting causing the focus to hunt. So does it need to be brighter or darker? See, and I look blue. I don't understand the blue. Like I tried to mess with all that stuff. Okay, so I'm bright now. I try to get rid of like the shiny and whatnot. Well, I will stick to Lego people. So like I can get it to look good using the software for the camera, but then like I go into YouTube, I can't use the software for the camera because YouTube, I guess, is separate, which is why I probably really need to be using OSB or OBS, because OBS does work on this computer. It just didn't work on the older laptop. So that laptop that I have is what my dad gave me for the HO track. It's got a track system on it. It's not TrackMate. It's another one. The guy and his son, I think his son created it, and then his son passed away. It's got a weird name, it sounds like German or something. Maybe it starts with a V. I don't remember. But anyway, it's got that on it, and that's basically all it's used for, is for the track system for the HO track. And I'll probably use that same system for this track. I'll just have to order the Carrera piece. But anyway, so I can't use that laptop. It does not like OBS at all. I get the blue screen of death every time I try to add the camera. I can add the mic, I can add anything else, but as soon as I try to add the camera to OBS, blue screen of death. So, but all my other computers, it works just fine. So I don't know. Trial and error with that too. It's all good. Bifocals work with autofocus. Yeah. Well, I think Marty. Yeah, Marty. I'm here thinking of George. But yeah, Marty. I think that turning that up definitely helped. So I got a light over here and I got a light over there. I thought that was enough. That's usually what all I have on when I do my content in here, which I don't know if I turn this down, if that'll. It's still bright. I don't know if that'll help. No. I messed it all up. Oh, grandson of man. How we doing? Doing great. So, grandson of man, you kind of missed everything. So I end up, speaking of Crash, his ears must have been getting warm. I know the blue, like I don't get it. I had the settings on the camera like all nice and good skin tone color. I look normal, but now I look like a darn Smurf. How are you ringing? Yeah, Smurf. That's right. Yeah, it's funny. I was talking about Smurf when I was downrange in Afghanistan. We use the porta johns and stuff out there at the front gate and stuff, and the porta johns have that blue water in there. So you go in there and use the bathroom, and every now and then you get that splash. And so I always joke that we got smurfed, that blue water splashing you in the butt. It's pretty nasty, but it just made me think of that. Deployment stories. But so grandson of man, my track come today. It wasn't supposed to come till tomorrow, but it came today. So I'll just show you real quick. Get this up out on the floor. Get it turned around. Get them in my itty bitty closet here. So we got this today. And this one today. So, but yeah, that's what the big brown truck brought me. I definitely excited. And then of course I got all this stuff to go with the track, so I can make me a nice layout. Billy sent me a couple layouts today, so yeah, definitely real nice. So I'm happy. My wife seems happy. She's happy that I'm happy. We'll say that. And she's she's actually pretty excited about me doing the YouTube thing. It gets me out of my comfort zone. I'm not one to go out and seek friends. I'm good being at the house with my wife and the kids. And I have friends. I'm not saying that I don't have friends. I have friends, but if I see them at work, outside of work, sometimes we might make some plans, but otherwise I'm good being at home. It's like taking a vacation would be nice, but a nice vacation for me, just sit at the house and take a nap. Sleep for me that's sacred. I like my sleep, and I don't get a whole lot of it. I've had wet dreams about sets like that. Well, that's I always thought that I was the odd one out there on some of the live streams. I say some random things. I'm a pretty random person. I can go from just being normal, talking like nothing, and then just say the most random thing. Like my kid, I crack him up all the time because we'll be just driving to the car in silence, and then I'll just say something off the freaking wall, and he's just rolling. He's like, where do you come up with that stuff, and why do you say it? I was like, because when you get older, you're going to remember it. Dad, remember that time that you said that? It was so funny. I don't know. I guess it's memories. Sometimes it may not be like a cardboard box on me, but it's just, it's memories. Just trying to be transparent. Yeah. Well, it's like the other day, the Slotaholic deal. I had said something about, you're a Slotaholic when you watch the lives in the shower, which I can't really like watch it in the shower, but like I have it going because I come home from work. So on Monday, the stream starts basically as soon as I get home. So like I try to take a shower and stuff, so I have to turn up the volume, and then I go get in the shower so I can still listen. So I thought it was funny, but nobody said anything. So I was like, well, maybe that was a little too random for people saying that I'm watching the live stream in the shower, which technically I'm not. It's just playing really loudly so I can hear it. Because I would have to say this is a pretty good addiction. But I guess it's better than it being crack or cocaine or some crazy stuff like that, or addicted to alcohol or something, which I don't drink often because I gave my dad a kidney a few years ago. When I say few, I think it was 2012 when I gave my dad a kidney. So I don't drink as often as I used to. I can buy a 30-pack and it might last 3 months. But in saying that, I have times, like if I'm out there grilling, I might have 5, 6, 7. But that's usually all I can drink, because after three beers, I'm already feeling it. Now, you give me 4 beers and my lips and my toes are already going numb. So it doesn't take much for me anymore after all that. So I'm a cheap drunk. I'm the guy that, I'll buy your drinks. I don't have to carry you out of here after 4 anyway. So I'll now be transparent. Oh. But yeah, y'all have any questions, anything you guys want to see in here? You know what's funny is I still have the shadow, so I got it Monday, and it's sitting there on my nightstand in the box, like the box that it was shipped in. I did open it, and I did look at it and admire it, how beautiful it was, but I took it all back in the box that it came in, and I'll closed it back up and like left it on my nightstand. I haven't even done a video on it yet, so I need to. I think I don't really want to do a video until I get this track up. Maybe it'll be like the first car that gets ran on my track. I'm not allowed even to smell booze. Yeah. It smells good though. But I definitely get it. For sure. There's better things to do with your time. It's just like this deal right here. I quit smoking I think it was 2012. I quit smoking, but I started dipping. Copenhagen Natural pouches. Ever seen somebody drunk with a case of Vertigo? Man, yeah. I can only imagine. So, yeah, I quit smoking 2012. Started dipped for a long time, and I quit and went to this. So, and I've done this ever since. And this is pretty damn addicting as well. And I don't, it tastes better. I can breathe, I feel better because I'm not smoking or dipping, but this is still addicting. I feel like this is probably more addicting than those other things because even the thought of like running out of the juice that I put in here, oh man. I know, Raul. I know. And I'm not sure why because it wasn't when I started. Like when I set all this up, I was not blue. Not blue at all. I'm Papa Smurf today. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I'm blue. I wonder. So even if I put that yellow light on me, I still look blue. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why I look blue. I haven't. I don't know. I guess you can't change your settings while you're live because I haven't figured out how to do it. So, or I would try to fix it. It's the Anker C200, I think is what it is. I mean, it's a good camera, and I can play with the settings, and it looks good. But then when I go to YouTube, is when the problem had started. So I don't know if it's YouTube or since the settings were through the software for the camera. I needed to go back into YouTube. I'm not sure. Yes, it's the webcam. It's webcam. Which I have like I told you the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, I have a DSLR camera. It's an old Rebel 1, maybe. I don't remember, but it's an older one. And I've seen people use those and hook them to their computer. I think I got to have a capture card or something like that. But I had that problem. Did he have the same camera? Same webcam? Maybe I can help you out with setting up your DSLR. Yeah, that may be a good idea. I mean, I don't mind this camera because it's what I used before, and it was fine. The Anker C200, I got it off Amazon. It had good reviews, and the guy using it, which that's what he does, is mess with cameras. So, so what happened today? Oh, the doctor? Is that what you're asking about? So a couple months ago, I had to have hair. I'm about to be 36 years old, okay? And I had to have a colonoscopy a few months ago. And they found some hemorrhoids. And they just had to go and band them up. So I had to have my last one banded up today. But yeah, I figured out how to stream with my RCA VHS. When did the camera change color? No, that happened. At what point did the camera change color? Oh, no. So I hadn't had this camera hooked to this computer until today, but I had it hooked up to my other one. Yeah. Now everybody knows what happened today. But no, I used it before on my other computer, and I hooked it up here and downloaded the software, and got everything looking great. And then I saved it, but like I said, that was the software for the camera. It had nothing to do with YouTube. So then when I went onto YouTube, I did all my live thing and sat here and waited, and boom, and then I look blue. I'm not sure. This light over here is white. This one up here is yellow. So I don't know if the white balance, I had set the white balance, but I don't remember. I might have went back to auto on the white balance. I can't remember. And I just don't know. Let me look at this real quick. Oh. I don't know if I can do this while I'm live or not. No, I can't do auto white balance. So it was off. I don't think that it's going to let me do it like that. Sorry, I did not mean to sidetrack your life. No, you're good. I was trying to figure out what else to talk about because I kind of talked about everything already. So anything else, it's just kind of up in the air. I showed all my Carrera track and stuff that I got in the mail today, and so we've just been talking about randomness, getting smurfed, using the Porta-John, and weird, crazy stuff. So, probably stuff that most people don't really care to know about, especially me going to the booty hole doctor. Don't let Raul sidetrack your stream. That's exciting. You come up with a track build. So I text or messaged Billy and showed him like what I had ordered, and he sent me three track layouts. So I got to decide which one I want to do and go from there. I think that what I need to do, Raul, is run this through OBS, and maybe I won't have this blue problem because I'm going live through the YouTube stuff. I'm not using a external deal. No, Raul, I'm using a Windows PC, custom PCs that I've built. If I could afford a Mac, so my buddy Mark Birch, he has a YouTube channel, A Gearhead for Life, which he hasn't been doing it a whole lot, but he had the Mac Mini. And when he did his streams and video editing and stuff, he used that, and he had it upgraded with the 1 terabyte SSD and all that. And it worked really good. I just can't. I've spent so much money on these darn computers. It's just not feasible for me to go and buy a Mac Mini, I guess, just for that. When I have. Now, these computers now are a generation behind on graphics cards. This one's got a 3070, and then the other one, the big one in my bedroom, has a 3080. So, but now they got the 40 series out. So, yeah, Raul, I can, for the track pieces, I can definitely do that. Which, so it's the DTM Forever set, the Supercars set, and then it's a high bank 330 turn, a curve 230, 1/3 straight, quarter straight, and then standard straight. So that's four pieces for the standard straight. But I'll send them to you. Yes, running analog. I don't have any digital cars whatsoever. Like I said, I think maybe I have one. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure all my stuff's analog. So there was no sense of me buying digital, to be honest. So, But yeah, all analog for now. So like I said before, my HO track, most of that stuff's mag. Some of the older stuff I have is no mag, but for the most part, that's all mag. So I would prefer with this to use no mag. I just feel like that's the way to go. I think I would rather run no mag and make all my cars run the best that they possibly can with no mag. I mean, some of these cars here, they're all stock. You know, for the most part, I've never messed with them. Some of them still had the magnets in it. If non-mag, the bank curve might give you issues. I guess I'll just need to go faster then, right? I don't know. It may, but I wanted to try it, see how it worked. I needed that 330 curve, but they didn't have the flat piece, so yeah, so they didn't have it. So I went with the high bank instead. Tend to not stick. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll give it a try. It may be good, it may not be good. I kind of want, once I figure out the layout that I do want, then I want to really add elevation and, you know, some like hills, and I don't want it to just be flat. I mean, most racetracks aren't all flat, so they might have some flat sections, you know, a flat curve and whatnot to get a 230. Yes, I got a 230 and a 330. The 330 is the high bank, and then the 230 is the flat. It's down here, and then I got 4 straights. Well, a set of 4 pieces of the straights, standard straights. The 230 will be your staple. So what do you mean by that? Take those glasses off. Pick up more. Yeah. So the deal with my wife is I've got to pay this off first. She allowed me to get it, and the deal was when it's paid, I can't buy anything else for the track until this is paid off. And then after this is paid off, then I'll go further as far as buying more pieces. So, you mean kindest curve? Yeah. But yeah. I asked Marty earlier, Raul, but how do you think that I sound? You know, I'm using this budget friendly mic. What do you think about that? Yes, the kindest offset great curve to create S turns. Yeah, so I'd like eventually have a nice S. So originally, I think I have a marker in here. Maybe I can draw it on the back of this. Also pick up the 415 bank curve later to create those swooping corners you get in the wood tracks. Non-mag needs a wider banked to carry speed. Gotcha. So another thing, as far as the outer, you guys can't see, I turned it. The outer, the borders and stuff. I think instead of buying all those borders and whatnot and spending more money on those, I think I'm just gonna make my own borders. I haven't quite figured out what I want to use yet, but I think I'm just gonna make my own borders, whether I 3D print them or make them out of styrofoam or MDF or whatever. I'm just gonna make my own. So I'm trying to draw the kind of the base of what the track was going to be like before. I don't even know if I'm doing it right, to be honest. Approach toothpick curves. No, I can't remember how it goes, but you had a section where you'd come up, and then it had a big curve, and it'd come around, and the curve kind of swooped up like this, and then went back around, and then you went into the S's, and then you come back around, and you go under the big swoop part like a tunnel, and then you come back around. It's a pretty cool layout. I think I posted it on the Slot Vendors before. I can't see a darn thing. It sounds good. You should get some eggshell sound panels that are cheap and stick them to the wall in front of you. Like we get less reverb. Okay, so I have some, Raul. I've got the squares that have the it's got like a little notch and then a big notch and then a little notch and a big notch. I've got a bunch. So my kids, the boys upstairs, they're gaming and stuff. They have those panels placed up, and then my son's got some octagon ones that he's got placed up and whatnot. But I have some to put in here. I just have not. I honestly forgot about it. That I need to get those put up in here. I stick them to the wall in front of you. Yeah. I need to do some in front of me, probably over here on top of my little pegboard deal too, since I face that way when I do my live or my videos. Then you will get a nicer sound. Yeah. I figured. I totally forgot that I need to get those panels put in here. Because I was surprised, honestly, between the little wireless mic that I use for my iPhone, and then this one, like how much the sound changed. And so I was like, man, that sounds pretty good for what it is. But yes, adding those sound panels will definitely help that. Because you are in a smaller room, you can really get great sound. Yeah. I kind of wish the mic came with, software or whatnot to mess with it. But I mean, I have like a gain deal up here. I guess that's what it's called. But I can change the volume of my voice with that. Otherwise, that's the only thing that it has. I think there's a better 2 tiers up from this one. It I think has software. 6 inches away from me, 6 to 8 inches. Yeah, I want to say probably 8 inches right now from the mic. It's not that far away. Well, I'm glad y'all come on here tonight. I guess it's technically my first live. The other live I did was just kind of a test. But I just fixed the blue and we're golden. Yeah, I definitely plan on fixing and I got that box all over me. Opening that stuff. Definitely plan on fixing the blue. I don't like the blue. I literally changed all of that when I hooked it up earlier, trying to hurry up and get stuff ready for the live stream to go live at 9, and I had everything good. So why it went to blue, I'm not quite sure. But you said, I can't remember what you said earlier. Something yard. StreamYard? I think my dad mentioned that too. But yeah, I may try StreamYard. Do I have OBS on here yet? No, I don't have OBS on here. So I have OBS on the other computer. So what I'll do is download StreamYard. Yes, StreamYard. We get some lower thirds is web-based and cheap. Yeah. So I'll look into StreamYard because I want to build because I don't think YouTube going live on YouTube with their stuff, like I can't put anything on screen or do anything like that, and I'd like to be able to, it'd be cool to put up what Billy had sent me earlier, the 3 track designs he sent me. It'd have been cool to show you that. So, but otherwise, we'll download that. You can bring in guests. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do as well, as be able to bring in guests. Camera looks to be picking up hues of blue of monitor. Maybe my monitor. I didn't really think about that. But it could be this light over here. It's a white light, but it may be. And I have it diffused with a white piece of paper to not be so bright. So what about that? Does that look better? Yeah, so the LED light over here was set to white. I put it on reading mode. It's kind of a yellowish dim color. And yeah, maybe a screen. Yeah. Yeah, so the background on this computer is like purple and red and some crazy stuff. It's Asus. The other computer has the Dick Slutcar Garage logo on it. I'll change the background of your monitor to white. Getting better. Black. Personalize. Background image. So there's white. My girlfriend Gloria was saying she thought the hues from the monitor. It could have been. It was does not work. Change to black. Personalize. Background. Black. So there's black. There's your monitor casting a blue hue. So I bet you I could turn down the brightness. Let's see here. Settings. You can see the blue hue coming off your monitor. Brightness. All right, so I turned my brightness down to like 20. Better skin tone now. That's just weird. Like I guess my phone probably better camera than this webcam. It's 2K. My phone does 4K, but even at 1080p, like, it corrects all that pretty good. There, that is better now. Turn the light away from you to face. So I can't exactly turn it away, but I can point it up. So like let the light bounce off the wall. Yeah, so that's what I was doing. It's actually, the light is the wall over here, so it's not, yeah, it's up. I can't move it anymore. This one over here, I can go that way with. Contract hue, situation, color, tone levels, etc. Yeah. So that's about as best I can do for my lighting situation now. I need to, okay, time to get a sheet of diffuse it more. Yeah, so I have a piece of paper on it now. So that's probably what I need to do, is do a whole nother sheet of paper, which I don't know if I can even get it to stay there. Nothing like fixing all my camera stuff on live stream, but why not? Knocking stuff off. Good stuff. No, it ain't gonna stay. Maybe. Okay. There. It's got 2 pieces of paper on it now, Raul. I just kind of wonder if it's gonna. That's why we are here, to help you get the best effect. That's right. That's right. Oh. So, but I'm definitely not a Smurf anymore. Not a Smurf. Oh. It is too bright for your space, washing you out. Yeah, I've been. I thought about buying some of those cheap LED panels deals. Blue, your favorite color. Blue used to be my favorite color. I mean, I always like blue. And this shirt's actually black. But it actually looks blue in the screen. I don't know. Let me. So there's back to blue. I can turn that off. But in the camera, it's probably going to freak out. Yeah, see? It needs brighter colors. Or brighter colors, but it needs me to be brighter. Are you still here? Now you can cameras focus something. Oh, no, there it goes again. It likes it when it's bright. It doesn't really like the low color. Low color. I keep saying color. You guys got me on colors. Doesn't like the low light. But that white right there is like literally in my eyes. I point it up. You just need to diffuse the light you have. Light balance looks good. Yeah, now I blend into my chair. don't get addicted to nicotine. If I could buy for every time that I needed a hit of nicotine, like, where was I going with it? How do I say that? If I could buy a slot car for every time that I took a hit of that, I'd probably beat Raul and slot cars. Yeah, camera's going nuts now. That's for sure. It does not like the low light. I swear bifocal with Raul. It looks great. Cross your eyes. Yeah. It definitely doesn't like. I'll turn it up. Yes, I can actually set this. I can turn the zoom off and do it manually. But now that I'm live, I can't do it. So it just freaks out. And I almost left it off. And I was like, well, let me turn in the camera and showing all the slot car track and whatnot. I might need it to just autofocus. It just, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I don't know if I moved it closer to me, if it would focus better, or if it's still going to hunt. Well, guys, I might have to call it here. It's about 10:30. I still need to get on. I don't know if Slot Avengers has been active the past hour, but need to go say hi to everybody. And then I really need to lay down. Best webcam is the Insta, but I would get a 20. So a pinch. Yeah, so I looked at those, the Logitech and the Insta360. So that price range was really not what I wanted to spend to get me started with YouTube. So, but the brighter I have this, the less it wants to hunt. So you can't figure out why the fingers. Probably because you watch Conquest, Marty, George, Harry, Shotgun Dave, now me. That's probably why. Yeah, I need to filter the light for sure because I made it brighter. It seems like it's doing better now that it's brighter. But I need to put, I need to give it a yellower tint instead of the white. But I'm wondering if I use like the StreamYard. Because I know it's StreamYard, I should be able to adjust because on OBS, I can adjust my camera on OBS. So I should be able to on StreamYard. So, yeah, that's for sure. But it's okay. I wish we had cartoons like that still. These kids' cartoons these days are freaking ridiculous, I tell you. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got to figure out how to get out of this closet because I got a box here and boxes here. My legs are all up like this. Yeah, Raul, that'd be great. Help me test, and maybe we can get a DSLR thing going on, and I'd like to learn how to take pictures and stuff with it too. Yeah, no problem. I like doing the content. I'm starting to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. I feel like talking to myself, even though I'm technically talking to y'all, when I make my videos and stuff, but it's the more and more I do it, the easier it is to talk to myself. So still awkward to like do it in front of my wife and stuff, but and the kids, because the kids just think it's hilarious. Like, oh my gosh, she's actually doing YouTube. But yeah, that'd be cool, Raul. That'd be cool. And Raul, I'm really looking forward to those paint videos. Whether it's the airbrush or the using paintbrush, however you're going to do all that stuff and make those videos. Like, I am very, very interested. Oh, grandson, man, you're good. I know the feeling. I'll be on lunch at work trying to get in, Marty's stuff or Shotgun Dave or even George's lunchtime stuff. So I know how it is. Cool, Raul. Definitely. Tomorrow's Friday. So crap. Tomorrow's date night. So me and my wife, we go to dinner every Friday. So I'm probably going to go eat some Mexican food. But after that, we'll be back. So I don't know what time you plan on going live, but 7:30, 8 o'clock would probably be good. Just saying. But I don't know what the time difference is there. So here it is 10:33 right now. So, but yeah, I look forward to watching that. So even I guess if I don't catch it live, then I'll definitely watch it later. But hopefully I catch it live. I will paint 20 models at a time, as well as we are live streaming late night Warhammer terrain build. Yeah, so I want to see that because I really want to do terrain for my track, which I won't do the terrain until after I find the layout that I want. And in the terrain, I want to make modular. Whether I use foam or whatever it is I built the terrain on, and then I'm thinking about putting magnets on the board that the track sits on, and then magnets on the foam, and then I can just take everything off whenever I want. So, because I still like to park in my garage. So if I either take the track and hoist it to the ceiling or flip it up against the wall, I'm going to have to be able to remove the terrain. There's no way I could sit and do a live stream live. I didn't think there would be any way that I was going to be able to do live. I even told my wife tonight, I was like, it's going to probably feel pretty awkward. And it was pretty awkward when you're sitting here waiting for people to come in, and you're like 5 minutes in and there's nobody. It's like, do I just quit now or do I wait? So that part's awkward, but otherwise, I think it's easier as you do it. It'll be harder to paint, but hey, live is authentic. This is way to ask questions. Well, I'm assuming, DeFingers, if you were live, then you could ask me questions. So if you jumped on with me, then you could just ask me questions live. I guess that's what you're talking about, or what Raul was talking about. I don't know. Don't know. Plus, it sounds more fun. Yeah, so the only problem I have with like the scratch building live or doing anything live where I'm building something is that a lot of the times I sit here and stare at it and think what I want to do. So I can't do that when I'm live. So that's one of my problems with it. I don't feel like it would really have to be planned out even though it's live. That's how I feel. It's gonna have to be planned out. Oh, I have that attached. I forgot. I was gonna move that camera. Yeah. And so when I do my videos that I post on YouTube, I really don't plan those out because I can literally say what I want to say in a section and then like end that section and then figure out what I'm going to do as I'm doing it. And then I'll record it real quick, and then I think it's CapCut on I think that's what it's called on the iPhone that I use. Yeah, CapCut is what I use to edit the videos. Was this planned for me? No, I mean, this track wasn't even supposed to come today. So I Shotgun Dave, I told him that this had come, and he's like, oh, it'd be cool if you did a live today and, shared you opening the track, opening the boxes of the track and whatnot. So the room screech when but yeah, it definitely wasn't planned. I had no idea what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. I just hit the live button and went with it. And it figures, what's that one guy? I don't know if he's UK or whatever it is, Track Fans, something or another. He's like really really gets into it. He's a pretty funny guy. Sometimes I wish I could be more like him, but I don't think that I could do that. Track Fans TV, he's a pretty funny guy. Yeah. To me, I just rather sit here and I have this thing all the time, all the freaking time. It doesn't, but this and a beer in this hand and just sit back and chill. That's how I feel like this setting is. Yeah, Corky. Yeah. Yeah. See, I feel like I'm the laid back version of myself. Like how I am at work is a little different than I am now. But I feel like with this, I can chill. So I feel like that's what I need to do is chill. I should be banned from sugar. And like when I work, like when I was building building this desk for in here, I felt like I was just going to town, sanding and staining. But then I come in here and I'm just like, chill. Yeah, for sure. The only thing that I've painted with the airbrush, Raul, is... Oh, there went something. This is literally the only thing that I've airbrushed. Was the motor and this body. The only thing that I've ever touched with an airbrush. So I don't think I can get it on here, the effect. Maybe you can, but like the exhaust, it's silver, but the tip I kind of brushed it with some, not brushed it, I used the airbrush with some black to get, the soot, the coal from it being a diesel engine. But otherwise, this is all I've ever done. Oh. I'll try to airbrush live. Can't wait to see Travis and Pete teaming up. UK show, yeah. I want to see that too. Travis seems like a cool guy. He's definitely not as energetic, but I mean he's an easy guy to watch. Airbrush to sketch in the shading. Okay, yeah. Oh, high props there. 1, 2. Drain my battery. You can get some blue ink and glaze it at the end to create a titanium. Yeah, I thought about that. My Subaru, the exhaust that on that is can't even talk. The exhaust that's on my Subaru is titanium, so it has that blue and pinkish color to it. But yeah, I like the airbrush thing. I do want to learn how to do the shading and the shadows and that kind of thing. Hang on my lack of speech. We're going to the UK show maybe next year. Marty, I wish I could go to any of that. Like, I know Raul and Peter coming down to the States. I just don't know if that's going to be in the cards for me. I mean, if they maybe do something next year, maybe I can plan more for that, but don't know if I'm able to make it up to that area or not this year. But it would be cool to all hang out. I think the closest person to me is Harry. He's just a state over. So yeah. I just wish there was stuff like that around here. I mean, in my town, we don't even have a hobby shop. The closest hobby shop is about 50 minutes west, and then about an hour and a half east. I think that's the closest hobby shop we've got, and I think they do like a Hot Wheels show or something like that in Oklahoma, maybe in Tulsa, but none of that around here. More RC, and that's still, the hobby shops are hour and a half, 50 minutes to hour and a half away for any of that, and I'm not driving that far every week to go do that. I would like to open a hobby shop here in our town, but you gotta have some money for that. August. So August is when school's going to start back up for me. So I finished this second semester May. It's like the first 2 weeks of May or something like that. I finished with the semester. Then I'll have the summer off, and then I'll start back up school again in in August. So I have 4 more semesters to go. No, 2 more semesters. Sorry. 2 more semesters to go. I don't know. Being figured out. Not this year. Maybe we can do something next year. Yeah. I think it'd be cool if we could all sometime get together and we could all just do like one big live together. But all right, guys. I think I've said this like 3 or 4 times now. We just keep talking about other stuff, which is great. I sit here and talk all night, but I've got work tomorrow, and I was on Boone's live call last night, so I got to get started. Yeah, that's cool. Boone's a nice guy too. I love watching Boone's videos, but it's really hard to watch Boone's videos sometimes. I feel like he needs a mic. When he's further away, it's harder, but when he's like up close working on stuff, it's a lot easier to hear him. And I usually watch him in the car, so. But anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.